Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have Game 2 in a best-of-7 series between two amazing South Korean players. We have the blue Terran on the right side of Scrap Station. It says Liquid Ret, but it's actually being played by, I'm going to do a GSL commentator, announcer guy impersonation here. Here we go. oGsTOP. There we go. That was my impersonation of the GSL announcer. Anyway, oGsTOP is a Code A player over at the GSL, and his opponent today is the red Protoss on top of Scrap Station. Says oGs, actually being played by, and I'll do the announcer guy again, oGsMC. That was good, right? I'm pretty sure that was good. But anyway, Top versus MC. Top leading the series already 1-0. This is Game 2 in a best-of-7, like I said, for the finals of the Kaspersky StarCraft 2 New Year's Invitational. One of my commenters was really getting on my ass about how to pronounce Kaspersky. He thinks it's Kaspersky. That just seems weird to me, so I'm just going to continue calling it Kaspersky. Anyway, Scrap Station, TVP. Actually, Top showed us a 1-Rax Fast Expand build in that last game, and I would not be surprised at all if he did the exact same thing here because this expansion is so well protected. MC, on the other hand, went 4 gates, and would not be surprised at all to see that again, since 4 gating really comes down to control. If he had chosen his timings a little bit better, maybe he had some better micro during the first big engagement where Top pulled all his SCVs, he might have had a better chance of winning that game. So we'll see if he cracks his knuckles, lets out a deep breath and tries again here. He's got his first scouting probe already in Top's base, zapping away at that SCV, building the barracks. The barracks is now completed though, and the first Marine is going to come out as per usual in the very standard Terran build. Top is now arriving at MC's base and is going to see this Cybernetics core coming up at a very usual time. Nothing else crazy going on, no proxies by either player. And we're watching oGsTOP's income, not his income, but his actual mineral count right now. He could be saving for a command center here soon. He did just build another SCV and drop that mule, but looking for that to reach 400. Oh, he's actually building a factory off to the side, so I was wrong. Not going to be repeating that same build from the first game. MC still could go for the 4 gates, though. He built the gas at the exact same time that he did in that first game. This factory is a bit perplexing to me. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing with that. Could be going into a Banshee pretty quickly. Obviously, Scrap Station has a very slight, very small, very short distance between the two main bases, and if you were to build a starport with a tech lab right around here, get Cloak very quickly, Banshees could be very, very destructive to MC's game plan. So we'll see what Top has in mind. I'm actually not sure. That second gas did go up though, and it looks like he is not adding on a tech lab or a reactor to this barracks, so he is going the extreme tech route. MC's probe is all the way back here at the Zelnaga Tower. He's not going to know that this is going on. Factory actually lifting off. Could he try landing it in the back of MC's base? I have no idea. Korean play sometimes is a bit over my head, but I'll admit it would be really amusing to see a factory land here and a Hellion pop out right behind that mineral line. We'll see what he actually ends up doing, if he's going to use that as a scouting factory or not. A tech lab is coming up on this barracks now as the starport's being built above it. There's a bunker here for these first few Marines just to protect against any sort of quick gates that MC might be doing. Actually, MC is going to be the first one to expand over here at his natural with this Nexus. The floating factory scout is going to go ahead and give himself up. Not going to be landing in the back building a Hellion. Instead, he's just going to use it for some scouting information. He's only going to see this one gateway. The factory should live long enough to get over here all the way to the Nexus, as there is only a Stalker, I believe, out on the field for MC, and it is on its way to Top's base. This first Banshee is building now. Cloak is being researched. I'm not sure if MC saw that with his Oh, he actually did see the starport building something. He did not see the tech lab attached. I'm pretty sure he can assume that it was a Banshee building there. He already got that robotics facility started. Top is going to see everything over here, including that Nexus. So both players well aware of what their opponents are doing here. A second gaping drop. This floating factory is going to be back in time to catch that going down as well. Should see the robotics facility. These factories have a ton of health. That's why they're so good at floating around as scouts. Two gateways coming up. MC just putting it all out there in the open. Maybe he will cancel these 3 gates after the factory is destroyed or gets out of range, but that's a big investment to just show your hand like that. He could have, built a pylon over here and dropped those gateways somewhere else instead. It really doesn't matter where your gateways are because you can warp in, and he just let Top see everything. And now this first Banshee is out. Cloak is not quite done researching. Actually, it looks like he canceled Cloak. When he saw that MC had that robotics facility, he realized that was a poor investment. Instead, he switched off to building a Raven out of that Tech Lab starport and canceling Cloak altogether. Not sure what the Raven is going to actually do. Maybe he'll get some Vikings after that to go observer hunting. That Banshee not working out for him is actually going to be hugely detrimental to Top. I'm not sure what he's going to actually switch gears and start doing now. You see like a Marauder and Stimpack being researched now, and 2 more barracks actually have gone up, one with the reactors, so it looks like he is switching into full bio with perhaps some Medevac, Viking, and Banshee support. We'll see in the next few moments what he builds next out of that starport. He is actually going to lift it up off of the Tech Lab, switch places with this reactor barracks, and now he could be making some Vikings or Medevacs out of there. We'll see what he chooses to do. That first observer from MC is now going to be out, so this Banshee doesn't have Cloak anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but not sure what Top is doing. He's actually queuing up attacks against these destructible rocks right now with his first few Marauders. He does have Stimpack just about to finish. Concussive shells are not done. They should be researching. Here they are over on this right side barracks. And combat shields should of course be the next thing to go. This observer is in range now, but the anti-air here is just these Marines. The Raven is going to catch up to this observer, and Top should be able to snipe this observer. I'm not sure if he's going to get out of there or not. He does escape with his observer. Interesting. So the Banshee still just hanging out outside of MC's base. He's warping on lots of zealots to go against this Marine Marauder Medevac army with a Raven in tow. Raven will be really good for point defense drones against any stalkers that MC chooses to build. Looks like he is sticking primarily with zealots and sentries, also getting an immortal now out of that robotics facility that first cranked out that observer, and now the observer is back getting a look at everything. Let's take another look ourselves. It looks like Top is pulling a lot of SCVs to come along with his bio forces. Lots of SCVs. Wow. So Top rather going all in here with this attack. He's got his Banshee here to do some extra damage from the air. This probe is basically like, oh my god, what's about to happen here? All these SCVs go in the front line. Force fields dropped. Not the best force fields, only pins out a few Marines and Marauders, and it looks like Top actually has more than enough forces to actually deal with this. These Medevacs are going to be the key difference here. Top probably would have lost a lot more units if those Medevacs weren't so high in energy, and now it looks like MC is on the run, on the ropes. Top has more supply. Despite losing all of those SCVs there, it kept his army alive, and now these stimmable Marines and Marauders with Medevac support are just going to wreak havoc here on MC's army. A Colossus is actually out for MC, but this is the last bastion he has, and those Marauders, all they have to do is click stim one time and get that Colossus out of there. This Banshee is still up. It looks like the Stalkers are going to deal with that, but the Medevacs and Marauders are still streaming in from Top space here in the middle of the map. We have 4 units just sitting idle under that observer. Not sure what that's about. A little bit of a miss micro. Now they are on the move, catching up to reinforce here at the natural of MC. This Nexus, no way MC is going to be able to defend this. He's only down to 37 supplies. Let's actually look at units. Oh, actually Harvesters, they're still pretty close, despite Top pulling all of those SCVs. Let's look at units just for a second. 3 Stalkers and an Immortal and 3 Zealots against basically a boatload of Marauders, Marines, and Medevacs with stim, with combat shields, with concussive shells. All of these probes are being pulled off the line for MC. This looks really, really bad for him. There's still a lot of SCVs alive here at the front lines as well for Top. He's just going to systematically pick apart all these probes, finish off the last few Stalkers. Oh, reinforcements show up at the ramp, killing off those Stalkers. oGsMC has no option but to GG out of there. So Top takes game 2 in pretty quick, impressive fashion as well. He even had to switch gears away from Cloaked Banshee Harass because he had such good scouting information and knew MC knew about the Cloaked Banshees. So switched gears, still able to crank out a lot of Marines, Medevacs, and Marauders. Pulled a lot of SCVs to tank some hits. He's down to only 6 there at the end, protecting his Marines and Marauders, and ends up taking the game. So now let's move into game 3 to see if Top will continue on his roll or if MC can figure out what to do against his Terran teammate.